Hey, John Hickok here. Going to do something a little bit different than you guys are used to seeing on this channel. Some of you who hear that music in the background already know what's about to happen. So something that you've heard me talk about a lot is how important video games have been for helping us keep our Second Amendment rights. And that sounds like a silly idea, but there's a large percentage of the population that grew up playing these first-person shooter video games, especially when they first came around, like some of the early ones like GoldenEye. That was one of the first ones I played, and you had some of the early Call of Duties that were all based in World War II. And it's a lot of what has fed the popularity of those guns from that era was a lot of people growing up and being very interested in the guns. And since I kind of grew up in that generation, it kind of helped fuel my fire of interest for those guns also. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Now, I grew up, in a household, as you guys know, that had a whole, my dad owned a lot of World War II guns, and I was probably going to be interested in them anyways, but it just added to it. And I would go to school, and people would, I remember when I was really young, before all those games came out, people kind of thought it was weird that I knew stuff about guns, that I was interested in them. But when those games became popular, then all of a sudden people were interested. They wanted to talk to me about the guns and what they were like and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't realize the significance of it at the time. But as I've gotten older, I've realized, and all the political stuff that we've been through over the past several years, I've realized that a big reason that why we have so many people on our side these days, and there's lots of reasons, but this is a big chunk of people, because they grew up on these first-person shooter video games, and they got introduced to guns. They thought, hey, these games are fun. These guns are kind of interesting. I wonder what they're like in real life. And they start looking around. Maybe in the days of YouTube, when that came around, they get on YouTube. They look up gun videos. Despite all the people being rude to them in the comments because they don't maybe understand enough about guns yet. And it just kind of goes from there. They buy their first gun, and they realize, hey, these are pretty cool. So there's been a lot of people who've been introduced into the gun culture through these video games, and I think they're extremely important for the Second Amendment. And ironically, they're probably created by people who don't like our gun rights, which maybe that's an unfair assumption. I don't know. But anyways, long story short, I think these video games, especially first-person shooters, have always been a great doorway into getting people into real guns. And I hate to see how there's sometimes gamers or people who play video games are sometimes looked down upon just because they learned about guns from video games, when a lot of us got interested in guns from somewhere other than maybe just another person, like movies, for example. There's a lot of guns that I've been interested in just because of movies, and I grew up with these games too. So, they, like I said, they helped me kind of, fuel the fire of my gun interest. Like how you get into guns doesn't really matter for the most part. So, anyways, long story short, I'm about to play some Battlefield 1 because it sort of gotten me back into video games in a way, because it's so cool and it's so neat to see all the guns. And again, it's gotten me interested in guns that I didn't know anything about. There's a lot of guns in the game I'd never seen or heard of before. So I've just never been that interested in World War I, to be honest, other than the obvious guns that I've known about, like the bolt actions and stuff. And there's a lot of kind of like prototype guns that were not very well known, and the kind of stuff you would see on like the Forgotten Weapons channel. Like they brought all that stuff out for this game, which is kind of cool. So anyways, I'm gonna switch the screen here. It took me a while to get all this figured out and set up. Now I don't have it just directly piped in, so you're looking at a screen through another camera. I know that's not ideal, but it is what it is. Eventually I'll figure that out. I'm not the most tech savvy, so bear with me. I do have a game capture device, but I couldn't get it to work. Actually, I got a few of them. Couldn't get it to work. I don't know. Figure that out later. Also wanted to let you guys know, if you have a PS4 and you have this game, it's really the only, you see that I got other games on here, but it's really the only game I play is Battlefield 1 when I get on here, for the most part. But if you guys have a PS4 and you have Battlefield 1, you can look me up, John Hickok, is my name on here. And I don't know if it shows up when you search for it, but you got that little picture of me with the hugging the Thompson. And but if you're not sure it's me or something, just send me a message. But you can look me up on there, and maybe I'll run into you guys on the World War I battlefield. So all right, I'm gonna do this one. And don't start thinking that this channel is going to become a gaming channel or anything. I just thought this would be kind of a cool thing to do. If I decide I want to do a lot of this, I'll probably just send it over to another YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel called John Hickok TV. It's only got like this one video over there of me doing stand-up. But that's kind of there for me to do other stuff if I think of anything that I want to try. But like I said before, great, now I gotta talk over this guy. I hate when they, well, I guess it's part of like the loading screen, but I hate when you can't just skip over this stuff. I don't care. I do not care about any of this.
Yarın inşallah bu aptallıkları yüzünden pişman olacaklar.
And I had stuff I was gonna say.
Çok yaşa.
I gotta wait for this guy still. Okay, so now that that's over, I've mentioned before this Hickok 45 and Son channel. It's just kind of to play around. I'm not. This is like Hickok 45 is my main job in life. This is just for me to kind of mess around, do some stuff, get used to being on camera and all that. I think sometimes people think that I was just like, oh man, my dad has this successful YouTube channel, I'm going to try to have a successful YouTube channel. It's not like that at all. Hickok 45 has been our thing from the start. This is just kind of a way for me to play around. Well, this is real stuff. See, I'm not doing like some of those guys do and just showing you my highlights. I'm just going to play the game. This will be kind of a long video, so I don't expect you guys to watch a lot of it.
Our forces have gained the front.
I guess I should also remind you guys of the people that help us out, like SDI. Check them out at sdi.edu. Go to their website. Appreciate their help. Now I got to talk over a bunch of war sounds. Also, federal ammo. I wonder if they were probably shooting. I should do my research on this, but I'm guessing they were probably shooting federal ammo in World War I, right? I don't know. I have no idea. I know that it's pretty good ammo now, and it helps us out a lot. This is a gun that I was just like, I have no idea what this is until I first played this game. And it's one I haven't actually looked up to learn much about, so if you're expecting to learn a bunch about the guns on Battlefield 1, you came to the wrong place. I know a little bit about a little of them. Okay, so there's no one for me to shoot at this time. Oh, there's a guy out there.
We have taken objective apples.
Oh, that's a tank. I better not do that. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Man, the snipers are so good in this game. But that's part of what makes it fun, is because it is so difficult. It is so difficult. And this is really the first Battlefield franchise game that I've really played. Really, one of the first video games I've actually taken seriously in, man, probably over a decade, I would say. And then I played a little bit of
we are losing objective
GTA 5, but I don't know. I just kind of I get real excited about Grand Theft Auto when they first come out, and I just get bored of them. This is kind of how it goes for me. I played Star Wars Battlefront for a little while. That was a fun game.
We have lost objective apples.
But then this came out, and it's just so much more fun. I'm gonna go with usually in this game I find my bread and butter is
we have lost the sector.
Is this gun right here? Forget what it's called. This big old thing. I've probably seen one of these at Knob Creek or something. Just didn't know what it was. Let's see. One thing that's kind of cool is I like having this little optic on it. Because you guys know I can't see red dots very well, right? So I gotta have a little crosshair. Look at this guy trying to get me, and he did. He was very successful. I'm gonna gonna try the sniper next. Oh yeah, one thing I did. I'll show you. Let's see. And again, if you guys are just tuning in for some reason, John Hickok on PS4. That's how you find me. So it'd be fun to hop on here with some of you guys occasionally. Okay, so I did. It's not really cheating technically, I guess, but I don't have time. I'm too busy. I don't have time to unlock every gun in this game, and that's part of why I got this. I don't like how that guy's looking at me right now. That's part of why I got this, was so I could just mess around with all the different guns they have. So I bought the little package that you can do on here that just unlocks all the guns. So I think I was to like, I don't know, level 2 or 3 on most of the different categories, or something. I was like, I don't have time for this, so I just bought it. So this is the oh yeah, the experimental. That's a weird gun. I'll show you that maybe in a minute. But I've been using the AUG-3 a lot for the sniper rifle. But that's kind of, you can see all the different guns on here, like the G98. Let's try that one. Let's do the G98. His dad's got one. Always got the AUG-3 too. I've always liked the G98. Is such a neat gun. I'd like to get one at some point. The Mausers have really just become more and more difficult to find. At least the ones that I want. Oh, they're gonna get me. Maybe after I run. Oh man, didn't expect a tank. One thing you can see sometimes, this game, I have to say, I've never been in battle or in a battle during World War I, but I do have to say this game seems pretty realistic.
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
The way that they try to, just with the destructive environment, and you can hear the bullets going by, and then also, like on some of the early first-person shooters, the reloading was always kind of screwed up. One thing when I'm doing some sniping, I usually try to get behind stuff even though it's in the way, because I figure, it's hard for me to see, then it's probably hard for them to see me. But as you can see, oh man, okay. So you can kind of see the glimmer of their scopes. I'll let my health come back a little bit, and you guys breathing really heavy. And I don't have the thing turned on where you can actually hear what people are saying. That kind of annoys me sometimes. I don't know. I might, if a bunch of you guys get on here or something, I might do that, but I don't want people talking to me trying to tell me what to do. Alright, see, there's a sniper right there. And he's a good one, so he moves. Oh. Man. Try to get him in the leg. Keep sidestepping. Get him eventually. Barely missed that guy. Yep.
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
The counter sniper stuff is pretty fun in this game sometimes. Occasionally I'll have a good run. I don't think I've even gotten a kill yet. But it just kind of depends. It also depends on like who's playing, because I'm not that good. And if there's a ton of really good
objective apples
players on there, I mean, it's just, I'm good at the machine gun. I notice that time of day makes a difference too sometimes. Like, I tried to play on, I guess it was like Christmas Day. And, oh man, everybody was on there and all the really good players were playing, and I was just getting tore up. The gas thing is pretty cool. It's a nice touch. It's annoying. It's really annoying when people throw those gas things, but it's cool. I don't know how I just died. Got two health. Usually it's good to have more than 2 health. Alright, this guy's helping me out. Probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it. I know the whole point of watching a gaming channel is because you want to see someone that's really good. So, sorry. There we go. Finally. Oh. Should have seen that coming. But yeah, this game is pretty fun. I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, even though I'm not that great at it. Maybe it's because I just love machine guns so much that even the virtual ones give the same amount of thrill. That's another thing. I've talked about this so many times. People are so tired of hearing the full auto is a waste of ammo thing. It's like people always, they take everything into a context that better proves their point. You know, like I could be talking about it completely out of a combat type of context. People still will say, well,
We are losing objective
situation,
butter.
I'm just gonna waste ammo. It's like, that's not what I'm talking about. If it's fun, it's never a waste of ammo. Also, wow, that wasn't fun. Also, too, like with full auto, it's like a lot of things. Whenever something is kind of
We have lost objective butter.
I don't know, difficult to obtain, or like
50 attackers remain.
there's something about it that makes it kind of special to a lot of people. Then there's always people who love to be like, is that a guy right there? Yep. Who like to be too cool for school. Because if they're too cool for something that everybody likes,
We have lost
then
the
it makes
sector.
them cooler than that thing, or at least the way they look at it. How does that guy? I thought I hit him. So I think you get that with full auto sometimes. Uh-oh. This is a bad place to be. The ball. Gonna throw a grenade. I hope something happens. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that. This is kind of a tough map. The ones where people are just running all over the place, I always have trouble with because I don't have as quicker reactions as they do. I haven't been playing these games for the past 15 years. I'm just gonna hang back, see if I can.
The enemy
Pop
has
somebody.
reached the final objective.
There's a guy on a horse.
50 attackers remain.
Hey, what do you know? Let's see. Ground cover. We'll get on that horse if nobody takes it before me. Usually I get killed pretty quick when I do that, but we'll try it. Got the 1895 Winchester, and just gonna cruise along at a slow gallop around. There we go.
20 attackers remain.
Yeah, going right for a guy that has a rifle with a scope on it. Not a good idea. Let's try something else, because none of that worked.
We are losing objective.
Sure, I had a lot to do with that.
We won. I smell the Englishman's fear. But
This
keep
stuff is
those
fun, man. I
bayonets
hope
sharp,
that
dear brothers,
they
for
keep
he
coming
will
out
be
with
one last
just
time.
more
If we take him
historically
down
based
now,
games like
the
this.
great
It seems
Suez
like I saw
Canal will
somewhere
be
that
ours.
the next Call of Duty game was going to maybe be set in Vietnam, so that could be kind of interesting. And I would
The
love to
enemy is
see.
being reinforced with an armored train.
I would love to see, Battlefield come out with another World War II game. That would be really cool. Not lucky enough to get a tank, I guess. Let's see. What is that horseshoe looking thing? Alright. I apologize if this video is incredibly important. It's fun for me, so. Don't worry. Like I said at the beginning, every video is not going to be a gaming video. If I said I'm going to do a lot of them, like I said, I'll probably put it on that John Hickok TV. Lots of rounds in.
We have lost objective apples.
So at some point I'm going to get Derek to play this game with me. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks about it. He plays video games a little bit. Not a whole lot. Neither do I. Made that sniper run away. Try that thing out. I need one of these. See, look at when I shoot this. Well, it may not show you, but just down to the detail on the guns is just incredible. You can even see where the wood is worn from where this thing is. It's technically misfired. Well, the guy ruined my demonstration. I can't decide if I want to go sniper or I want to do with a machine gun. Now I feel like I could have gotten those guys who had us. And these games are part of why you get all these comments on YouTube. Every time you have a rifle with a scope on it, like, oh, is that a sniper rifle? Because that's how they're used in these games, typically. But I try to give those guys as much leeway as possible, and I've noticed that people are starting to do that more. It's not as bad as it used to be in the early days of YouTube. Now sometimes those guys can really be annoying. Like they deserve to get a little bit of trash talk just because they're trying to tell you that you're wrong about something, just because they saw it on some video game. Now those people are very annoying, but the ones who are just there to try to learn, or they don't really know what they're saying, on YouTube, on like some kind of actual gun video. Try to be nice to those people, I think. And I always like it when I see people being nice to them. Because the way I look at it, those are future gun testers. That guy's gonna get me. Oh. Somebody else got him. Somebody told me thanks, but I don't know why. I don't know what I did. Probably somebody else.
We are losing objective butter.
There's the guy being sneaky right there. Of course. Great. Now I'm forced to. I'll play it a little bit longer and I'll probably cut it off. But again, PlayStation, if you want to. If you want to get in on some of these games, just look for me, John Hickok, and that should be pretty fun. Let's see. Let's try this again. I know that Eric from Iraq Veteran plays this game, so maybe I don't know if he has a PlayStation or Xbox. But I'll talk to him, see if I can get him on the game. It's just so annoying that there is such a taboo of that in the gun culture. Like, oh, you play video games, bro? Why don't you try a real gun? I get tired of that. I'll tell you what. A lot of those people are gonna have to eat their words.
We are losing
Because
objective butter.
VR games get a lot better. Think about where VR is going to be in about 10 years. I mean, everybody is going to be playing video games. And those get good. TV might be history. I mean, the reason that a lot of people don't play video games is just because it takes a long time to kind of develop the muscle memory for the controls. So it's almost like, learning to play an instrument or something. You can't just pick it up and do it. It takes a little bit of
We are
time.
losing objective butter.
But once VR comes around, then the controls will be more natural because you're just kind of moving around and just, being yourself basically. And man, I bet most people will probably play video games to some extent, I would think, by then. Think how much fun these games will be if you could just kind of plug yourself into the world and literally, you're like holding the gun, or at least it feels like you are, and you can just aim and everything. It's full 360-degree vision. Oh, man.
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
So great. Can't wait for that. And I'm hoping that also will have a positive impact on guns. Don't throw grenades at rocks and private party. Not a good idea. All right, I'm gonna try to get one more kill, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Got to get out to the compound anyways and make some videos. We're gonna do a Glock video today. We're gonna get out all the 9mm Glocks. Cause Dad realized he owns basically all of them. Big surprise there, right? What is this? That doesn't make any sense. I have no idea what that is. Man, they are everywhere. We're getting overrun. There's right over there. Got burned alive and shot. That's a bad day right there. I'm excited for when we can offer the Hickok 45 VR experience.
We are losing objective butter.
That'll be kind of fun. Start doing gun videos in VR. I don't know how that guy did not kill him. Alright, well, I didn't get another kill. I'm just going to call it there.
The British have taken the canal once again. We must return from where we came, back
again, I gotta
across the
talk
desert.
over this
And
guy.
if they dare to follow us, they will...
There we go. So anyways, that was that. I'll probably do, I may do these occasionally on this channel. Like I was saying though, if I decide I want to do a lot of them for some reason, then I'll probably just do it on that John Hickok TV YouTube channel. Because I don't want to muddy the channel up. I'd like to have a nice balance of the gun videos where I just take something out and shoot it, and talk about it a little bit, and the podcast, and a few other things. I got a few other ideas, things I might do, but like I said, just kind of having fun over here. Hickok 45 is the main thing. We should have some merchandise pretty soon for you guys, so that's something I'm excited about. Finally have some t-shirts. I know people have been asking us for those for years and making their own and stuff, so I think we're gonna have that soon, and we'll of course make all that available to you and everything. But anyways, this is be easy for me to start rambling about everything. So anyways, I appreciate it. You guys that enjoyed this, just let me know. I'm sure a lot of you hated it, but you know, for those of you that want to see me do this kind of thing more, just kind of play video games and talk about stuff or whatever, I may do it occasionally on this channel, but like I said, I'm going to move it to somewhere else if I do it a lot. But anyways, I appreciate it. And again, John Hickok on the PS4. Just look for me on there. HICK, and John with the spell with an H. And can't miss me. And it was fun. I'll talk to you guys later.